Hey now! Fuck. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching. It took me 2 days to watch this movie, Madea's Family Funeral. I think that's what it's called. This is a 2019 film that is, surprise, surprise, written and directed by Tyler Perry himself. And man, oh man, I have tried to go into these movies with an open mind. I have tried to go along and, be fair as to why these movies make the money that they do and why there is a segment of an audience that love Tyler Perry, specifically Madea movies. But this one was rough. This one, I said it took me 2 days. It's because I got lost with it. I stopped caring about it. I had to come back to it. Before I get into the Tyler Perry of it all, before I get into Madea and the various characters that Tyler Perry plays, let me talk about what the main story is. And okay, so we have these characters, Jesse and Gia. They are engaged to be married, and it's not a Tyler Perry movie if you don't have couples being cheating on each other. Gia is cheating on her fiance with his brother. The more salacious, the better, right? And his brother, AJ, is also married, and so he's also cheating on his wife. So, great. 2 relationships that are being completely blown up. And if that's not enough, but wait, there's more! While AJ is with Gia at a hotel room, they overhear his father cheating on his mother with another woman. And so that's also going on. And because the father used Viagra or whatever pill, he has a heart attack and dies. And so that's what the funeral is about. It's about this father who's been known to cheat on their mother for decades, right? He dies. And so I guess the family has to reconcile with the fact that their father was a piece of shit. And also, though, they're also dealing with the fact that the sons are cheating or being cheated on or whatever the case is, the brothers. Great. Just great. Honestly, who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? All of these actors that played these characters that you're spending so much time with, they're all pretty bad. They are. There wasn't really one of these actors that I thought pulled off what they need to pull off, as far as like AJ being the one who treats his wife like shit, and every time she tries to talk to him, he's like, "Oh, leave me alone. My father just died." And he storms off. And there's one scene in particular where they say that he's drunk, but he didn't do a good job of acting like he's drunk. He's just sort of acting like the way how he's been acting this entire film. And so, I don't know, the escalation just, again, acting is not there. All I could help but think during any of this is Gia. This is Jesse's fiance who's cheating on Jesse with his brother. Gia, the actress, was fine as hell. She was very gorgeous, and anytime she turned around, I was like, oh shit! What's going on behind there? Alrighty then. I know I'm sounding like a complete and total creep right now, but I'm being honest. That was my genuine reaction. I think this movie fails in so many ways is because we don't care about this guy who died. We don't care about their father. We didn't even really know him or see him. We just see the aftermath of his death. And you hear all these stories about him cheating on the mother, and so you're just like, I don't care about this guy. This is the funeral that's bringing everybody together. What a fail, Tyler Perry. You wrote this shit. Show some balls. I remember, obviously, I didn't see the movie until now, but I remember the trailer. I remember when this movie was announced and the posters and whatnot. And I remember thinking, oh, is he going to kill Madea? Is the funeral, or like, is he going to retire Madea? It's odd that he didn't take this opportunity to, if not kill off Madea. I know Madea is a very loved character and it obviously brings in a lot of money when you put the name on the title. But even killing off a character like Joe or Brian, all these other characters that Tyler Perry plays and that has continuously shown up in multiple films, that would have been the way to go. That would have put more weight on this death. That would have actually maybe gone down a path with the drama that could work. Imagine that, Tyler Perry, making drama and having a sad emotion that was earned and would work. But no, we had to go with the laziest, most generic type of funeral possible. You had a couple of jokes about how long funerals go, and that's true, funerals are long as fuck. But us watching them in church, going through a long funeral, is not the idea of an entertaining movie to watch either. This is supposed to be a comedy, and I'm not laughing hardly at all. I don't even remember if I chuckled at all, to be honest with you. Madea is very toned down, at least compared to the other movies I would see her in. She's just sort of here. She makes her usual, kind of the same tired jokes that we've heard countless times about how, oh, she's a gangster, she's the thug, she doesn't do well with authority and the law, and blah, blah, blah. She used to be a whore back in the day. It's just like, man, we've heard these same jokes and the same type of humor with Madea for how long now? Over 10 years? How many movies at this point? Either get some new material or let's move on, because this is getting ridiculous. It's not doing me any favors by watching all these movies in a row. So there's that. There is one scene early on where Madea, Brian, Joe, and maybe somebody else, they're in a car and they get pulled over by a cop. And I thought this was going to be maybe again a dramatic moment. I'm not saying, I know it's a comedy, so I'm not saying it was going to get serious. But the moment where the guy, the cop, the white cop, is being incredibly rude and racist and angry for no reason, and then later on when he runs Brian's ID and sees that he's a lawyer, he comes back acting really nice. That idea is funny in concept. It's something that it's like, yeah, do that scene. But because it goes on for so long, because the back and forth between all the characters is so goddamn long and drawn out and not funny and just lame as hell, it ruins the scenario, the setup. It ruined what could have been a laugh out loud great moment that also had meaning behind it. But no, I think that's the problem with Tyler Perry comedies, is that a lot of these scenes are dragged out. A lot of these scenes, whenever you get Tyler Perry trying to act like Eddie Murphy, and he's playing like 4 different characters all in the same room, interacting with each other, because he's not as funny, the writing isn't as strong as other movies that I've seen do similar things like this. It's just a drag. It's just like, man, when is this scene gonna end? When are we gonna move on? The movie is about an hour and 49 minutes, and it's like we could have shaved a half hour at least out of all of these scenes to make this shit go, man. This movie's boring as hell. Tyler Perry, like I said, he's playing Madea like always. He plays Brian, who's the most boring character ever, he's just Tyler Perry. And he also plays Joe, which once again, Joe is sort of doing the same shit that he does each and every time. But he has a new character. Tyler Perry is now playing a brand new character who's named Heathrow, however his name is, whatever. He's this guy who, I guess he used to be in the war. I guess he's also Madea and Joe's brother. You get lost in all of these movies trying to figure out how they're related to Madea because there's so many family members at this point. This is the biggest family ever. But this dude, he's their brother. He used to be in the war. He lost his leg, so he's in the wheelchair. And he talks with one of those devices that you put up to your neck because I guess he smokes a lot, so he sounds like a robot, kind of. And again, it's Tyler Perry doing it. And this character was so annoying, like not funny. That joke of him not having legs and talking with the thing got old quick. It got old in the first scene that you see him in. But you better be sure that they do this with him 4 or 5 more scenes, because that's not enough. I guess Tyler went to the wardrobe department, got as many costumes and wigs and just whatever he could find, and it just felt like all improv, but bad improv, because there was no point to it. It doesn't go anywhere. Fuck! I was so over this movie. If I had gone to the theater, I would have walked out. I don't even know if it's his worst movie. It's definitely not Tyler Perry's worst movie. He's done far worse, but the worst Madea movie? I don't know. It was definitely the most boring. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of a Madea family funeral? This franchise, I cannot believe how many movies Madea has made. I cannot believe how much money Tyler Perry is banking off of this bottom of the barrel material. Fuck. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Time's changing quickly for me and you. The future's come, it's come for you. The moment upon your very eyes, the life around you are hypnotized. I take my 1,144 hands spread wide open, line up the floor. The things come fast from here on out. No more delay or benefit of doubt. The prophecies, they talk to this time. I've been waiting patiently to bust.